tools you'll need for this video are a scissors, scratch awl for marking the letter, pair of stitch punches, these are 4mm, wax thread, and a pair of needles. The extra tools I like to use that are not needed but can help give it a good finish are an edge beveler, a stitching pony, some tokonole for finishing the edges of the letter, an edge burnisher, and a nail file. Print out your pattern and measure to make sure it is the correct size, and then you can carefully cut out the pattern. Using the scratch awl, trace around the pattern to draw the shape of the pattern onto the letter. And pierce the letter to mark the stitch holes. And then cut out the letter piece to its shape. Once the letter is cut, I like to finish the edges. First I use the edge beveler on the front and back. And then I take some tokonole and apply it with my finger and use the burnisher to finish the edges. Now it's time to punch the holes for the stitching. Make sure to use some scrap leather under your piece. For measuring the thread, I like to use 5 or 6 times the length of what you want to stitch. It's important to have too much rather than too little. To thread the needle, flatten the end of the thread, thread it through the eye of the needle, and using the point of the needle, pierce near the end of the thread to secure it. I use a saddle stitch, and for this you need a needle on each end of the thread. Start by going through the second hole and go back through the first hole. For strength and durability, it is best to have a double stitch at the start and end of your stitching. I then push both needles through hole by hole until I reach the end. And after the last stitch, I go back one, but for this stitch, instead of going all the way through, I go out in between the layers of the leather. This is a good way to hide the end of the thread. I finish the stitch by melting the thread and using the awl to hide the end. At this point the wallet is finished, but I like to round out the corners and finish the edges with tokonole. I use the nail file to get a flat, smooth edge. And once again apply tokonole and burnish the edges smooth. Your Vert card holder is now complete.